Hello, everybody. I'm Thomas, and welcome to the second episode of Collaborate with Thomas. I had recorded the first episode about 2 or more weeks ago, and I uploaded that episode one to Collaborate with Thomas, my channel on YouTube, and I discovered that I had about a year ago made another recording, and I just left it as it is. And then I went over to Rumble, where I have a channel called Collaborate with Thomas. And I started having some technological difficulties. I had to take my laptop to a repair shop. Everything's fixed now. And so it's good to be back. And I hope it'll be smooth sailing from this point forward. In that first episode, I introduced myself and explained that I, for many years, was a teacher, and now I'm a teacher turned life coach. And I don't think I was explicit, but I wanted to say at the time, and now I will, that my approach working with students and with clients now is something that I prefer to call well-being through perspective. And so when I work with clients, I first and foremost like to stress that the answers are not out here, they're inside here. The client already has the answers, they're alive and well, the answers. And so the work to be done to answer the questions that a client may have about, oh, what career choice might I make? What about these relationships? Oh, I need to make a big decision about college, this, that, and the other. There's so many possibilities of why someone might reach out to a life coach. But whatever the scenario is, usually, more than not, the answers are just waiting to be discovered inside the client. And so I work with people to discover, to realize, to make real for them those new possibilities, those answers waiting to be discovered. So how do we access that? In episode one, I mentioned a quote by Socrates, the 4th century BC philosopher, and he allegedly said that true wisdom begins in realizing that you know nothing. Say, what? Actually, this quote has been very helpful to me in my own life journey, and I find it helpful to explore with clients. True wisdom begins in realizing that you know nothing. Now, at first that might seem paradoxical. It did for me. And I wanted to elaborate, to extend what I might have said about that quote now here in episode 2 here. I want to suggest that Socrates, I suspect he was pointing at something beyond thinking, something beyond knowledge. We use, and today's science, as I understand it, uses the senses, smell, touch, sight, hearing, and scientists collect data from outside ourselves in the world, and then that data is tested and organized and so on and so forth. But perhaps Socrates was pointing at something beyond traditional thinking. What if we learn to suspend, or from time to time stop thinking, almost like meditation, right? Suspend thinking, surrender. Some of the great religions of the world speak of surrender. Learning to trust the universe. If we stop thinking and let the intelligence of the universe flow through us, we may stumble upon a new way of being, where being is the primary way and doing is secondary. Is it not true that in our world, especially when we go to school, the teachers, remember I was a teacher for many years, and I'd say, get out your paper, get out your pencil. We're always doing. And over time, as I continued to grow and learn, I came to a space where I am now. And if I had to do things over again, I would want to be a teacher that invites my students to realize first their full potential, their beingness, right? And then out of that space, with the universe's intelligence flowing, then we can do all kinds of things. And it's from that space, I think, that there's little or no ego. In other words, when we're wrapped up in our opinions and our thinking, we might tend, and I suggest we do, we tend to want to be right. We want to prove ourselves to others. But this other way that I'm pointing at, and I imagine Socrates was pointing at when he stated true wisdom begins in realizing that we know nothing. This other way lets go of our opinions. There's no need to be right. That's not who we are. Our thoughts don't create who we are anyway. Let go of that thinking. Be still. Listen. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm listening to the crickets and the sounds of late summer. And it's beyond one's rationale, but it's my experience that by being still, being aware of an intention, what would you like to know? What would you like to learn? Allow the universe to work its magic. Magic is just a word. I'm pointing, and I think Socrates was pointing at a way that doesn't make perfect sense to the mind, right? So often we want to understand everything through our minds. And yet, when we let go, that's when a whole host of new possibilities shows up. Because we're not in that box that we've created with our thoughts, our habitual thoughts. Well-being through perspective allows for letting go, so that if you're looking at life this way, you can let go and turn life around and see, wow, there's some other things here, right? It's a simple thing, simple demonstration. but it's the principle, basically speaking, by which I like to work with clients. So let's leave it at that for now. There's so much to say, but perhaps we have years ahead of us to enjoy doing this. If you'd like to reach out to me, I have an email address. It's collaboratewiththomas@gmail.com. And I have a simple website. If you'd like to learn more about what I'm up to, I'd love for you to drop by and visit. My simple website is collaboratewiththomas.com. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you soon. Peace